Hello, everybody, and welcome to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And we are broadcasting as usual. Julio's Liquors, 140 Turnpike Road, Westboro, Massachusetts. Go check us out at juliosliquors.com. We're actually simulcasting this on Facebook Live. Go to the Julio's Liquors Facebook page. You can get it there as well as
That's
on
right. Twice the horror and
yeah,
the
and you get
same amount of
visual
time.
and you get
Yeah.
visuals and everything. Joining me on the dais, as always, the one, the only, thank God, Spirits Medium himself, Randall J. Bird.
That's right. Beautiful weather outside, but that
perfect
means
here
to
too.
me you're kind of like got to ramp up for some outdoor activities.
Yeah, well, we'll go through a bunch of stuff, and of course, we're gonna bring his. I
And
don't want to
hard
start it,
hat.
but we'll bring him in anyways. Here he comes, making
Oh,
his way. Back up, everybody. It's the one, the only, ray of sunshine,
Yes.
El Ray. All right, all right. Should I call you L or Ray?
Both.
Both. El Ray.
now I was watching a little bit of Cowboy Bebop,
Where are you?
and there's
The
a
live
club
action
called
or
El Rey.
oh, live action or
The live action
the
one.
live
I mean,
action.
I've seen the anime ones. So.
Okay, and just checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, El Rey, the club El Rey. Was it a good club?
Yeah. And then I thought he's got his hands in everything, including the new wine of the week.
Yes, sir.
Well, before we get to the wine of the week, there's a couple little announcements that I want to make. And since Ray here, we'll start off with it's the Marching On 20% off wine sale that's from now until March 31st. We're revamping a lot of stuff in the wine department. And we don't want to move everything around. So help us out by marching all these great wines out. 20% off 10 or more 750s or 700 milliliter wines. This includes champagne, sparkling, port, and sherry. Yes, there are a couple of restrictions. You can read those when you come in. But pretty much if it's not on sale, it's on sale.
Correct.
Right, Ray?
Absolutely.
All right. So there's been some changes going on.
Cleaning.
It's sort of like a spring cleaning, but we're moving stuff around over there. We're resetting basically the wine section. They've already made really good progress on it, but it's one of those type of things you got to move all these wines around.
Yeah.
It'd be easier if we just got rid of some of them and then do it that way. So that's what we're basically doing.
Move them right out the door.
Move them out the door. March them right out the door. It's March. There's a reason it's called that. So that's coming up. So I want to make sure everybody knows about that going on. The second thing I want to make sure everybody knows about is this Whiskey Wednesday is not here at Julio's. It's actually at Fireflies in Marlboro.
Yeah.
We're doing a great tasting. We'll talk about this a little bit more in the show. We're doing a great tasting with Wyoming whiskey and the fantastic folks and fantastic food at Fireflies.
That's right.
There are some spots left. It's $85 all inclusive, tax gratuity, everything is included. Randall, did they give you enough food at that place?
Let's say I just bought a stainless steel bucket. This is a true story as a takeout container one time, and I did
you
not
fill the
go-
bucket?
Yeah, I did. I'm not saying that it's going to be that level for everybody because I will, kind of go around and scrounge stuff from the tables on the way out. But yeah, you definitely get your fill
Here's
of
Randall's
food.
famous words. You gonna eat that?
Yeah, there's multiple courses, multiple
That's 5
delicious
courses.
points, and plus at least 4, 5, 6 whiskeys plus special
And we
pours
get some
and
big,
everything. Yeah.
we get some big news coming out on that too. So Dave DeFazio, who is one of the co-founders of Wyoming Whiskey, is going to be there that night.
Yeah.
We got some really cool stuff to talk about. We got some really cool stuff to taste. So if you want a good time and you want to have some good food and good whiskey, good people, go to Fireflies for this Wednesday, March 26th, I believe that is. And just check it out. Cousin Vinny will have that up online on the Facebook page too, on Julio's Liquors Facebook page. But you can just go to Fireflies Barbecue in Marlboro and sign up there. All right.
Big event, nice event. I believe it's indoors, even though they do have an outdoor.
They do have an outdoor seating. We're trying to figure out something. I have an idea of something I want to do outside, and I'm trying to get them to go along with it. So we'll see if that happens too. So stay tuned on that one.
All right. This is my question. This tastes
Well, wait a minute. Here,
like
let's give it a
spring
ring.
or noses.
It's the wine of the week.
It's the wine of the week.
Stop whining.
All right. And get that
right.
all squared.
El
Now we
Rey,
can do the
grape one.
Has
This
the-
is my question for you.
Yes,
You
sir.
picked a wine.
Right.
Are you looking at this from through the lenses of a spring or food that comes.
We're officially in spring.
Yeah.
Actually, you just hit it on the head, Randall. Yes. Spring is here.
Spring is
and,
sprung?
Spring is sprung. And I thought we show a Pinot Gris from France, from the Alsace region. And, for those of us, for anybody who celebrates Easter, it's a great Easter wine to have with ham, as an example. But so it's a kind of a combination of, an Easter celebratory
I like this
wine.
with fish too.
You could have
Seafood.
it, absolutely with seafood.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So, before I get into Pinot Gris and what it is, the difference between Pinot Gris, people ask me this all the time, Pinot Gris as opposed to Pinot Grigio.
I do not.
spelling.
I just thought it was laziness.
No.
The spelling.
You didn't
So-
want to say the whole thing.
So
Yeah.
Pinot Gris, Pinot Grigio are essentially the same grape. They are a mutation of Pinot Noir. And Gris and Grigio in Italian and French mean gray, as the skins of the grape have a sort of a
Grayish tone.
hue to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And with Alsace being a little cooler region than, say, the Friuli region of Italy, where it's more Mediterranean climate, the style is much fuller in the mouth. It's a richer style of Pinot Gris or Pinot Grigio, as opposed to the Italian Pinot Grigio, which is a lighter, fruitier, more citrusy. Here, I don't know if you picked this up, Randall, or not, but you pick up some ripe peaches on the nose,
Melon.
pear.
And also a little bit of like steeliness or flinty type minerality to it too. Randall hates
Well,
that when I
that's
say
from
it,
the
but it's
soil.
true.
That's from the Alsace soil.
Yeah.
You're getting that from. Yeah.
So it's the same grape, but
Yes.
it's just a distinction that people make when they're talking about this region,
Yes.
and
So
they'll call it a Gris.
in Alsace and France, it's called Pinot Gris. You might find something from Sonoma, J Vineyards in Sonoma. They call their Pinot Grigio Pinot Gris. Kendall Jackson has a Pinot Gris. They just choose to use that name. But there is
It
a-
usually, correct me if I'm wrong though, when you see that though, it usually delineates a stylistic difference.
yeah, it should. It should. Yes.
So
there is-
it won't be sort of light and fruity, which you get from like Pinot Grigio.
right.
It'll be more full. I like to see it's like a little bit more full bodied and
It's
a little richer.
richer mouthfeel,
Yeah.
and it's got the term I like to use. It's got this viscosity, and not just with Pinot Gris, but Pinot Blancs from Alsace, Rieslings. It has that viscosity in the wine in the mouth. So it's stylistically, yes, much different than Pinot Grigio. And if you're looking for something fuller, you're going to like that. So this is from one of the older producers in Alsace, Trimbach, dating back to 1626. Actually, the winemaker is Pierre Trimbach. So it's still the Trimbach
Still in the family?
Yeah. And they're the biggest holder of what we call Grand Cru vineyards. So these are all exquisite. One of the keys about Pinot Grigio, Pinot Gris, you buy it, you drink it. This has ageability to it. This is a 2018 vintage, 7 years
Still
out.
really good.
Yeah. So
Really
what they
good.
do, it's all stainless steel fermented, and they kind of age it basically in concrete vats to retain that acidity, which you want. That's the reason why you get the ageability to it.
Okay.
Is the
It's a little bit more structured. It's got a little bit more heft to
absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
All right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So the name of this one and the price, Ray.
So it's a Trimbach Pinot Gris Reserve. It is the regular price is $22.99. It is on sale at 20% off that price. And for those of you who have some time this afternoon, it's open. You please come in and try it. And as a matter of fact, on our tasting machines, we just changed everything out yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
So we have some new wines, free of charge. Come in, taste them, and
Yeah, I don't think we tell enough people about that. I mean, we have these machines, the Napa Technology machines, and they keep the wine fresh so you can try them. You can come in and try them for free. So it's another way to try before you buy here at Julio's Liquors.
we're talking
All right.
12
Well,
different wines we're talking about on the machines.
12 different wines on the machines for
I
you.
think
to
we
try.
have to take a commercial break here on It's the Liquor Talking. Please stay tuned to WCRN AM 830 on your dial. We'll be back after this commercial break. And in the interim, I think we'll discuss why the difference between Pinot Noir and Pinot No.
It doesn't have an R in it.
Right. Well,
Right.
isn't that the green? Yeah.
Right.
No R. All right. I think we're out.
Yeah.
We're out.
Okay.
We're out. All right.
So
Thank you.
So there's no real hard rule about this. This is just a, a convention.
Well,
Like
I said,
people will know in the industry, but I think people throw a lot of Pinot Gris around just to shorten it up, like if they're in a bar or something.
it's like the term such and such is a reserve.
Yeah.
What does that really mean? In California, that term reserve is thrown about. I mean, you could have a five.
I like to
Bandied.
bandied about.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Bandied
How
about.
did you know I was going to say
Willy nilly.
willy nilly?
Well, thank you, Ray.
Bandied about. Thank you,
My
Ray.
pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ray's going to go up there. By the way, I'm going to mention they got a bunch of stuff going on in the wine department coming up. So I will be going through those when we get back on the air, Randall, because they got a ton of. They're finally getting their acts together and they're doing stuff.
Well, there's been a huge rearrangement, right?
Well, that's
I mean,
part
you
of it.
can
That's
help
part of it.
them. Do your part to
Do
help
your
out
part.
by buying some wine and moving it out of the store so they can get it organized.
While we're in the break, why don't we do? Thanks, Ray. Let me bring his down so I don't have it blasting over there until you gonna come up after you get your stuff done. Yeah, absolutely. While we're in the break, I figured we just picked this where and because we're in the break, we only have the people that are going to listen to us on Facebook Live or on the podcast, not the radio broadcast. We just picked a new barrel that will be coming. This is the 1792 Full Proof.
Yeah.
So that comes in at 62.5 ABV. This is barrel number 230 with a selection. So this is going to be a new one coming out. I have not named this one yet, Randall.
All right.
I have not named it yet. We just did the
The brand name is 1792, a
Right.
significant year or date in the development of bourbon and the settlement of the Kentucky territory at the time before it was a state. And like when you throw that around, I feel like people feel like sometimes you might be giving an age statement or something like that. But the brand name is 1792, and we have to come up with something that's fun and clever
Yeah.
to kind of encapsulate.
Well,
how
we'll
delicious
encapsulate
this-
like usually the names that we come up with are something that actually go with the actually picking of it. So
Right.
because I'm never going to remember 230 a year from now. Oh, that was barrel number 230.
Right.
But I will remember if we come up with a name for it. So, all right. So we're going to come back in a minute. But try this, Randall. Make sure
Yeah.
it still tastes the way we thought it was.
Part of the hard work we do here is to
We do the hard work
test
so you don't
and
have to.
select and then verify and then re-verify, and all in the name of research and quality control.
Johnny's right on that. That's got a really good cherry note to it. John's over there busy because he's gonna come on. He's gonna come on with us when we come back. But he was busy making cocktails this morning, so he's coming
Right.
back.
My
on.
favorite thing that most you might
pass this
not
down to
see
John.
typically is that John's running around. He's making stuff. He's handing out
They don't call him
samples
Johnny
to
on the spot for nothing.
Right. He's providing technical advice on all sorts of stuff, and it's so that we can just sit here and drink.
I would say look good, but that's
no,
not
no,
good.
that's not it at all. But
All right, we're coming back. Yeah, let me put your mic up too. Hello, everybody. We're back. It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And we're broadcasting from Julio's Liquors on Route 9 in Westboro. Go to juliosliquors.com. Just a reminder that you can get this. You can actually replay it if you go to WCRN's website. You can replay it there. You can also replay it on Facebook. You can also replay it where Cousin Vinny will get this up on. Wherever you get your podcast, it becomes a podcast. It's the Liquor Talking. Search
usually after
Spotify.
Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, sometimes he does it if he has time, he does it today. I mean, he's pretty quick about it. Usually tries to get it up there pretty fast.
So if you're a glutton for punishment, you can really consume this content in a variety of different ways.
we got a new puppy, and I have earplugs, and then I listen to the show to make myself go to sleep.
Yeah.
And so it works that
Oh,
way.
yeah.
So works really great. Hey, just to let you know, again, we have now until March 31st, marching on 20% off wine sale. 20% off 10 or more 750s or 700 milliliter wines. This includes champagne, sparkling, port, and sherry. There are some restrictions. They're in the store, and you can see them there. But pretty much, if it's not on sale, it's on sale. And that's only 10 bottles to get the 20% off. So it's pretty good. Johnny, did you try the
I did.
so during the break, we
Well,
were
it's
trying
1792.
1792. We just did a new barrel pick for that, and I gave everybody a sample of that so they could try it.
Delicious.
Droning on about stuff, and a couple other things. March 27th, which is Thursday. We like to call it Thursday. Wines Around the World with Ian White. He is going to do a bunch of wines downstairs in the metro station. You can go to our events page on juliosliquors.com and sign up for that. It's $10. And you get a $10 gift card when you come, and you can bring a friend. So I don't know how you want to divide that up and say it's $5 each.
Do you have?
But you get it in the gift card, so you get to spend it too, which is really cool.
I would look for like a pool of people that I could hire as a friend.
You would pay them.
Yeah.
So if so,
That's
all
the
right,
only
so-
way I'm bearable, I think, in some.
Oh yeah.
some context.
Do you think that would be more of like you get the $10 gift card and you give them the $10 gift card if they'll come with you?
Yes. Right. Buy your friendships, and by the way, they're disposable that way.
Oh really?
Ooh.
Well,
Wow.
these people,
harsh.
they're looking for a $10 gift card. They're not looking for
Well, maybe
whatever
they like you.
baggage I'm going to bring to their.
Maybe they like you. Maybe they want to just hang
Yeah.
out.
Let's be realistic. here.
Speaking of the wine events, I've had the pleasure of working the last 3.
Yeah,
and I've
Johnny's been helping the wine department out.
And I've been working with Lydia, who's
Yep.
new in the wine
Oh,
department.
okay.
She's been doing a fantastic job, I do have to say. Really knows
She's
her
a
stuff.
wine events coordinator, which may lead to the fact of why the wine events have been a lot better. And she probably has Johnny as backup, which again may
Right.
lead to
Makes
the wine.
it better.
She
makes it
doesn't-
better.
She doesn't need me. She knows. I mean, like, obviously, I don't know that much about wine, so she's got the brain power. But
But the reason we call you Johnny on the spot is if something goes wrong, John fixes it
well,
immediately.
there was some of that going on, but that's
Yes.
all good.
And we get some really. I mean, yeah, I just told you about the one with
You've seen Reservoir Dogs, right?
yeah.
The Fixer.
the fixer.
Fixer.
Yeah. He comes in and
Just
cleans
fixes
everything up.
everything. One of the things that is there's a couple other things that are coming up. One of them I did want to point out is there's a Francis Ford Coppola wines with the winemaker Andrea Card. That's coming up on Thursday, April 3rd, 7 to 8, and that's on there too. You should really check that out. She is amazing, and of course the Francis Ford Coppola wines are top notch. So you may want to go to that event, especially if you get to meet the winemaker herself.
Fantastic.
So-
And I know there's a couple of workshops for wine in April as well. There's the cupcake one.
Yeah,
on a
I'm gonna go.
Thursday.
I'm gonna go through some of those. There's a couple different things that are
Yeah.
going on.
And of course, the flowers one is
The flowers, there's that one.
fan favorite.
Yep, absolutely. And don't forget, this Wednesday we are doing an event at Fireflies. The 26th we are doing a event. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's taste that. I brought one of those out, so
Do
we
you
might as
think
well do
this
it.
could be the drink of the show?
Let's do this as the drink of the show. I think that's
All right.
apropos.
That means that we pull out a coffee mug.
Yes.
The coffee mug on the front says it's the liquor talking.
Yes.
But in a rare video kind of reveal, I'm going to show what's on the back of the mug to people.
In a weird way, you're gonna do that.
Yeah, well,
Unlike the other stuff that you do is
well,
not weird.
typically we talk about it, we don't show it.
That's right. Here you go.
But
well,
on
that's
the
a
very
Johnny.
back of the mug,
Yes. Here you go.
it says, in New England, it's no one's business what's in your mug. But I think
So
you're
true.
about to tell us that it's something from the Fireflies event.
It
or
is.
related to the Fireflies.
It is related to it. We're actually going to taste this one at the Fireflies event. This is Wyoming whiskey. This is Outrider, which is actually one of my favorite ones. This is the American straight whiskey, so that they do. American whiskey is a very general category, but it's an often overlooked category.
Right.
There's some great whiskeys in that category that you really do need to try. This is one of them, I think. It's not a bourbon, it's not a true rye. They usually use used barrel to age this and stuff like that. But it's usually it doesn't fall into either category.
Right.
of
The way
super
I
barrel.
would kind of phrase it is that you have in American whiskey, people understand that bourbon has a very select set of rules,
Right.
but also rye whiskey, corn whiskey, other types of categories, and the kind of catch-all American whiskey. But then you're adding this straight designation, which is another set of rules that relates to how the batch is.
Has to
and
be
how it's
over
put
2
together.
years old.
So yeah,
This one here, just so you know, this is 100 proof. It's 50%, which I like a lot of whiskeys at that sort of proof point too. Try it. See what you guys think.
yeah, we've been drinking it while you've been talking.
All right. Well, that's good. That's what you're supposed to do.
I'm a big fan of Wyoming whiskey in general.
I really
some of
like
the stuff.
the Outrider. It's really good. So, speaking of that dinner that we're doing, and since we're doing this, David DeFazio, who is one of the co-founders of Wyoming Whiskey, is going to be there going through stuff, and we're going to, and hopefully Cousin Vinny can throw that up on the Facebook page on the feed. We're going to have, hopefully the barrel will be in at the same time, but regardless, we are going to taste this whiskey. They shipped some out to us so we could have it for this dinner. We have a 50th anniversary, Julio's Liquors 50th anniversary single barrel that we did with Wyoming, and that we're going to taste that at the event. And this is really cool. This got held up by the, and I don't think I'm speaking out of turn
I
here.
call this the litigation.
The
barrel.
litigation. So this was held up by the lawyers at because
Well, I'll hold it up right now.
there you go. The lawyers at Edgerton Group, which owns Wyoming, or is part of it.
The
They're
parent
the
company, or has ownership in it. Yeah.
They went over this label because it's a very custom like label for like 5 months. It did get done. Thanks to our good friend Herb Koff, helped get it done. And I don't think, and David did too. He even wrote the back part of it and
Awesome.
did all the stuff. So
Yeah.
he was into it too. So I don't think you're ever going to see a bottle like this ever again. Ever again. I'm hoping Cousin Vinny can throw it up on the Facebook page because I sent him a picture of the label. On the front label, there's a picture of the original Julio's in Shrewsbury. And that's the supermarket. And if you look way in the background, you can see they're building the new Shrewsbury market in the background of this picture. You can sort of see it up at the top. They're building a new one. That if you see the old market, it's basically got a house on top of it. And I think my sister and myself were probably the last of the grandchildren to actually live there. And that's there. And then on the back label, there's a picture of the Julio's supermarket here in Westboro. And attached to that is the first Julio's Liquors 50 years ago, 1974.
Wow.
So it's really cool. It's all about our 50th anniversary. Even on the top label, there's a 50th anniversary logo that we have that's on the cap. So we're really excited about this sort of premiering. It's at like 120 proof. A little over 120 proof.
I've got a hold card in for one.
A lot of people do. So that's one of the things. So if you're going to the dinner, you're gonna be like the first public to try it, which I think is really cool. Going to that Fireflies dinner. So
Exciting.
cheers,
I'm
everybody.
very excited.
Cheers.
Okay.
very much.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
drinking the Outrider, which is regularly available, right?
Mhm.
Not the special edition you're talking about.
No, but this
there
is
will
so
be
good.
other expressions during the dinner. We pair it with the different courses, and there are courses.
There are courses. There's like 5 courses. They're good.
Courses.
They think they're gonna put you in charge of the appetizer course again.
Yeah, I'm the appetizer monitor.
Have you seen this, Johnny?
I saw it last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
They put Randall they have like they want to make sure no one
They want to make
like,
sure I never have friends.
all
basically what-
well that too. Take like all the chicken wings. So it's like the last one was good because it was a deviled egg. No, here's the best one. It was a deviled egg, and Randall's like, "You can come back, but please only take one." Do we make sure that everybody gets to try it?
Sure.
And there was other stuff besides the eggs too.
I mean, the line is 140 people deep.
140 people. We had 130 something people there at this one.
Yeah.
And Randall's like, "You can only have one." I keep telling people he does that because if there's any left, he gets them all,
Now I had
Which
to
makes it
clarify. but
100
listen,
times
listen,
worse.
Listen,
which makes it 100 times worse.
some of these people that come through are animals, right? Like, so you're going like,
They'll load
you
up.
can take one egg. That's 2 halves.
Is that
right?
2
Because-
halves?
Yes.
You
got
said you could
two
take one halves.
because when I was saying you can take 2 of the eggs, they're like, oh, so you're talking about
Four halves.
four halves. And I'm like,
No.
no, 2 halves. And then they're like trying to get, arguments about,
And all it is cutting into your eating.
right. And holding
If they
up the
break the
line.
rules, if they break the rules,
So I try and tell people to manage their expectations as they approach. You can get 2 halves or 1 whole egg, and if there's stuff left over, we're gonna
Not-
put
not
that.
to
in.
Randall's going to take it.
Not to
Yeah.
mention those eggs are pretty expensive. They got to keep the cost down a little bit.
Well, now they do. Yeah, I don't
no.
think they're going to do that for this meal, but
Oh, they'll do something. They always do something
Yeah.
really, really cool.
something that would be mortifying for me.
This past
Counting the
Wednesday,
potato chips that they've.
counting the potato chips, I don't think it's gotten down to that.
Yeah.
This past Wednesday, we did a Whiskey Wednesday was sort of a combination of whiskey and we call it like adjacent products
Adjacent products.
with
Gone
St.
wild.
George spirits.
Yeah.
And we did a couple different things, and I think Johnny made something. What is this first cocktail I got, John?
So that's a highball made with the St. George Baller single
Love the
malt
Baller.
whiskey. Want to check that out?
We talked about this last time. This is sort of my go-to.
So I dropped my lemon right in.
I did too, because that's what you do.
Yeah, that's part of the highball.
Where does lemon come from?
And what's the lemon?
Stop and
What's the,
Shop and
what's
Oh,
in this,
did-
Johnny?
So I did 1 part Baller to 2 parts Fever Tree Club soda.
Okay, club soda and whiskey basically is a highball, a little twist of or lemon wheel on top. This is my answer to like drinking whiskey with
Super
whatever I
refreshing.
want. I drink usually
With
ramen.
food, generally
With food.
pairing it, right?
And it's got a samurai St. George on the front killing the dragon, which is awesome.
Love it.
I think it's really good. All right, I guess we got to take a break and we can go into that drinking our highballs. How much time we got left?
What do we need a break from? Well, you probably
Uh-oh.
need a break from. It's the liquor talking, the radio portion. We're going to continue on the other side of this commercial break with more radio.
Really good.
And through the break with some Facebook Live video offering, if that's something you choose to look at. Come back.
There's no choice in the matter. I'm gonna actually make something during the break.
That's right. I want to pass that down to him.
Yeah. Okay.
Got to fight for him.
I saw a thing the other day. People were talking about like potatoes, and they're like, "Have we tried this with any other vegetables? I mean, you can fry them, you can bake them, you can make liquor out, you can make vodka out of them. Have we tried this with all the other vegetables, or just potatoes? Corn. What is the next vegetable other than potato that you think is very versatile? What would be the
Well,
next?
corn
would probably
monetized to be
corn.
very versatile.
Yeah,
But I mean, in terms of, I think barley, right?
you can
'Cause
make a
they're- 'cause
cereal
they're-
out of it.
Well,
You
they're
can make
also
it- you
doing
can
a
malt
lot
it.
of bread and beer and
Yeah.
malt. But it's not a vegetable; it's a grain.
It's a grain. So is corn, right?
Yeah,
Is corn a grain or a vegetable?
corn, I believe, is
Yes.
considered a grain. It has to be in the whiskey category.
Yeah, but I can go to the produce department and buy some corn. So what does that make it?
A
That make it
mistake.
is in the vegetable.
So what's the definition of a vegetable? It's something that you starts to rot after you pick it, right?
What?
Or is it before?
How did it get
I don't know, but that's
Like-
let's kill all the
something that
vegetables.
children will hate?
Whereas a fruit, I think,
Is generally loved by children.
Generally, but I really this highball is really good.
Yeah.
So they actually made this. The baller was actually made to be used in highballs. The guys, there's a ramen shop down the street that they all like, and they were always in there eating, and they were getting highballs not made with any of their whiskey. So they decided to make a whiskey
And it's
Definitely
an
for a
umeshu
highball.
cask, right? So
which is another one. It's the Japanese plum, but and we had this argument whether it's a stone fruit or not, and it has a pit, so it's a stone fruit.
makes it a stone fruit.
That makes it a stone fruit. And
I don't
Lance at the distillery is saying it's not a stone fruit. And I'm like, yeah, but it is. That's the definition. But I don't know if it's a fruit or a grain. No, it's definitely a fruit. I'm sorry. It's a stone fruit.
I'm suspicious of fruits that change their name as they. Right, like you're still a human even though you grow old, right?
Maybe.
Well, depends on what time
But
of the
a
day.
plum
it is.
becomes a prune.
Well, yeah, that's when you take the
Right.
a raisin
A
becomes
raisin is a grape.
Yeah. What is this? But see, that's weird though. Like, what is like an apricot when they dehydrate it? All right, here we come back. Disgusting. Here we come back.
All right, what's
Here we come. Well, thank God we're out of that break because the conversation was getting really weird. Anyways, welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. So I wanted you guys to try this. So we tried the baller, and John made us a really great highball with it. And
some other concoction?
yeah, well, St. George also makes a spiced pear liqueur, which is
Okay.
really good. And one of the things that I like is the baller whiskey with a little bit of that. So here, I'm going to give you guys some.
Oh, this is what you made.
Yeah, it's sort of like a little fun thing that I like. It's the whiskey, and you add a little of the spiced pear liqueur to it.
It's a pair of spicy ballers.
Yes, it's a spicy meatball. No, it's
Yeah.
spicy ball. So I don't know.
That's
You
pretty
guys,
good, too.
is that pretty good? I like
all right.
that. That's sort of fun to me. You can put that on an ice cube, by the way. It's really good on an ice cube.
I really like this pear liqueur anyway.
Yeah, the
three-
pear liqueur is really versatile.
Oh.
And they make it the right way too. It's sort of a difficult process, but
About 3 Thanksgivings ago, I put a bottle out for a company, and then once they caught on to what it was, they drank like half the bottle.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
drinking it on a rock.
Amateur.
amateur holidays.
Never put your good stuff out.
It's 20%, 20% ABV, which is a little high for liqueur, isn't it, Randall? They're usually like 15 to 18. I don't know.
No, the liqueur category
I
is
know it can
just
go up,
generally
too.
below 30.
Okay,
So yeah,
so that's about right.
it's like how crazy you want to get.
So that was good. Hey, you want to do the larceny question of the show?
Yeah, hit us.
Well, I won't hit you, but I'll give you the question of the show. You're at, while
we
you're drinking
also
that.
have. I'm going to sip this.
This
I'm-
is-
Well,
is a
you want to
Negroni.
try
Go
that
ahead.
first?
No, go.
no, go for
you can
read
do
the
both.
question.
All right. So here is the larceny question of the show. What integral bar tool can come in Boston, Parisian, or cobbler version? What
Okay.
integral bar tool can come in a Boston, Parisian, or a cobbler version?
Okay.
Do you need
I
multiple
don't,
choice?
I don't think I need multiple
I
choice.
might need multiple choice.
All right. Is it a juicer, a jigger, a shaker, or a strainer? You can answer on Facebook, and people following us on
I
Facebook
think
can answer that.
I think it. I'll go first since I don't know, but I think it's a shaker.
I think it's a shaker.
I'm going to
right?
go with shaker myself.
Yes, of course it's a shaker. It's a Boston shaker is probably one of the most popular ones out there. I know what a
And the one that you
cobbler
do in a
is.
shoe is a cobbler.
No, the Parisian, I'm a little. I think that's the regular one, like with the cap on it. And I don't know. I'm not. One of them is going to be that. I'm assuming that's the Parisian one.
The Boston
cobbler,
one
I
has
don't know
a
about.
stainless,
Stainless usually is
almost
just-
like a
it's-
version of the cup that you shake in.
It's usually like a typical like pint glass and then a metal pint glass.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
that's the best way to describe it. And then,
And then the Parisian, I think,
that the one with the
has
top
a
with the
little
strainer?
top with the little cap that you pull off.
and
with
it's
the
got a strainer in,
perforations,
yeah, it's got a strainer inside. Because usually with a Boston shaker, if you have to strain, you usually use a Hawthorne shaker, strainer,
Hawthorne, yeah. Well.
strainer to use. All right. But if that's that one, the Parisian, what's a cobbler?
Did you ever have to shoot the boot in college?
No.
You mean
Which
the
is
beer?
usually
The beer?
drinking
It's the
out
beer.
of the
It's the beer.
nastiest Converse All-Star sneaker.
Oh no, I thought you meant like the German glass
rugby
beer.
match. This is not your shared experience.
Well, in my rugby
Shooting
match, we
the
did some
boot.
disgusting things, but not shoot the boot.
Shoot the boot. Shoot the boot. That's what my guess is for a cobbler.
It's
Has some
actually a
type of
shoe.
shoe wear that you shake it up in and then you drink.
All right. Well, somebody will research that, I'm sure, and we'll know what that one is. But I'm not shooting the boot, as they say.
Well, it's better than a Kraken sack.
Don't even ask, John. John, stop. Don't even ask.
So speaking of St. George's,
Yes.
so I did make a Negroni, which
Nice.
is again, all these are posted on the show too, but it's one part
Did you post it?
I
didn't find out.
used their new Valley gin, which was the citrus one.
Oh yes, this is the new
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
So
It
St.
was made with-
George's came out with a bunch
orange.
of
Have you
gins
tried
that
this?
had a lot of different variations of botanicals from
This is their new one.
California, where the distillery is,
Correct.
right?
So this is
And
number
this is-
4.
Yeah.
Randall hasn't tried this one yet. Well, you and I, Johnny and I have had this one. So
I've
no, that's for you.
Oh,
Just
okay.
for you, Randall. We had it already.
So I made the Negroni with this,
Yep.
their Bruto Americano, Amaro, as well as just a sweet vermouth, 1 to 1 to 1. It's traditional Negroni style.
yeah, I would characterize that as having a little bit of that citrus but bitterness. So
That's their Americano.
By the way,
Bruto.
since I'm just going to go back early in the show, Francis just said The Fixer was in Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs was a different Tarantino movie.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I just want to know because
I'm
we were
talking
talking
about
earlier.
the role, not the.
Yeah,
I
we were
wasn't
talking.
actually-
We were talking earlier,
Yes, about
and I was corrected
accuracy.
earlier on something. So I thought it would be only apropos that you got
Yeah,
corrected.
yeah,
too.
that's true. That's fair. That's fair. But I was trying to make the equivalent.
Yes,
that he
you were
gets
right in
Come
your
in to
equivalent.
clean
You're
up
right.
and
Yes,
fix the
fix things, yeah.
situations.
Mm.
And there is a version of the Fixer in Reservoir Dogs, right? Isn't that Mr. Wolf? Or...
Mr. Wolf.
Mr. Wolf. Yeah.
I don't think
Anyway.
they call him the Fixer
Is-
in that,
Is
but I
that,
think
is,
he comes.
is that going to be my new nickname, Mr. Wolf?
You don't get to make up your own nickname.
No, no.
We're going to call
Nickname
you
is
the
given to you.
veterinarian
The veterinarian.
because you're the Fixer, right?
Yes, exactly. This is really good, Johnny. I don't know what we're gonna call you, but I can tell you right now, the cocktail you just made is delicious.
Yeah.
Did you try that gin
Always-
too, Randall?
Yes, I did.
It's
And-
made with orange blossoms.
Right, and it has a distinctively like citrus, but also bitterness to it, which is
Yeah.
That's the Amaro talking.
yeah. They've also had some of their other ones have spruce or other
Yeah.
types of things.
That's
So
their
this is
terroir
definitely
one, yeah.
moving through the different ones. That
So
they've
they-
had.
I thought the cool part is they make this with orange blossoms, and immediately goes to my mind. Oh, you're picking all these orange blossoms in the orchard. What about the oranges? Aren't you going to have the oranges? So what they do though is they pick strategically so that the orange blossom stays. That's going to have now the best chance. It's like overcrowding. You're pruning it back, really, and they pick all these orange blossoms to make this, which was pretty cool. I thought.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it though? I liked it.
It's the euthanasia of all.
Son of a- Why I even asked, I do not even know.
I thought it was delicious. All their experiments have been interesting and unique. And for folks that are exploring gin, there's a whole category out there of products that have different influences and different botanicals that they're using.
That's right.
They can take it in very different directions. So
Actually, you can mark this in your calendar now. The Saturday of Father's Day weekend. Father's Day is on a Sunday. That Saturday, we always do the gin rummy, and they'll be there. They've already committed to being there with their gins. So, St. George Spirits will have their gins at the gin rummy.
They
So
have 4
if
of
you
them
want
now,
to try, they'll have 4 of them now. So if you want to try some of those, that'd be good. And they'll probably make a cocktail like
well,
this.
this is I want to say this is a trend that didn't exist probably 10, 20 years ago, where you got a gin because it just provided relatively the same flavor. And
Right.
there were a few outliers there. Hendrix is the one that kind of springs to mind.
Yeah.
But these gins were generally for a gin and tonic and really very limited in what you were putting them into and
Mhm.
had a limited range of flavor. Now there's like a whole new kind of obsession or subcategory of gins that are out there. So going to this show when they're represented and being able to taste across the hundreds of gins and rums is going to be really a fun event, especially as you approach summer. So,
Absolutely. Oh, I did grab me that bottle right there.
you
We
pointed
talked
at
about-
a whole
yeah.
bunch of bottles.
Well,
but-
I know, but I knew you knew which one. So, I wanted to put the last week we tried the Hogsworth, which was a combination of bourbon, whiskey, and Armagnac. I just want to let everybody know that that's in now. It's $59.99, I believe. But it's sort of leading us down. There's been a couple, but leading us down to this thing. This is bourbon and Armagnac mixed, and it's got a pretty cool. It tells you exactly the breakdown on the back of the bottle and stuff. But if you haven't had this is actually. I thought we all thought it was really good. It's an average age of 9 years when you start putting everything together.
Right.
But this is sort of. I think this is one of those sort of trends that it's going to get even a little bit bigger. Is the blending of spirits.
right.
I
Not
mean, one of my
necessarily
favorite.
the finishing, which most people would associate with Armagnac.
Right.
Putting
It's
it in the barrel, they're
putting-
actually mixing the product with it.
correct.
Yeah.
which is something different. I mean, but there are some out there. There's some of my favorite ones. I mean, Compass Box did one with whiskey and
Affinity. It was
Uh,
called
Orange
Alpha-
Zero.
Calvados
Yeah.
with Calvados,
They
and
also did with orange liqueur, right?
they did an orange liqueur one too. And mixing two different spirits rather than just finishing off or
okay.
doing stuff like that. So I thought this was really cool. I think it's a cool idea. I think the product tasted good. So it's now in stock, so you can now grab
Stock
it.
up.
Hogsworth.
Hogsworth, and
A
it's from the
blend
guy who started.
of spirits.
I don't know if we can say this, but I can. So from the guy one of the guys who started Whistle Pig. So, but it's completely different.
Raj
Even though it's not.
Bhakta.
Yep. And since we have a little bit of time, I'm going to give them a nice big plug. Westboro Police Foundation, please join them for a wine, beer, and bourbon tasting Friday, April 4th from 5 to 7 p.m. right down here at Julio's Metro Station.
Yep.
Ticket prices are $50 per person. Complimentary appetizers, live music by John Pethel and Todd Solomonson. Yeah, Solomonson. You can purchase tickets at westboropolicefoundation.org. All the proceeds go to the Westboro Police Foundation. So
Do you need to do that in advance?
I would do that in advance. I would
Right.
definitely do that in advance.
Looks like a pretty popular and
They've done- it's
exciting
like-
event.
They've done this like several times. It's actually pretty well attended.
Okay.
So if you want to help out the Westboro Police Foundation and you want to have a good time, we're buying wine, beer, and bourbon tasting Friday, April 4th from 5 to 7. So
All right.
keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
I think we're preparing for another commercial break.
Are we? Oh,
All right.
okay. Well, let's do that then.
What is this? It's the liquor talking. What are we doing? Well, we're taking a commercial break. We'll be back on the other side. Please watch the Facebook Live proceedings if you so choose.
That was also really cool the way you did that. We got 15 more seconds because
All
you
right.
jumped,
So
you jumped the
tried
gun.
to make
I
it
mean,
succinct.
you sounded really good though. It was awesome.
Hey, we're leaving. We'll be back. Please stay tuned.
Yeah, the other way was so much cooler.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. We'll be back. All right, we're out.
Is this one of your favorite ones that were
What's that?
this Negroni that you made?
Oh, yes,
Thanks.
we are fun. Thank you, Ted. Yes, I did.
You can tell, like just
The-
crickets from the audience, the live studio audience.
Left studio.
Tumbleweed
We have no
rolled
one here
through.
today. It's really
You know
weird.
why? Because it's beautiful weather outside.
Oh, is that
That's
why? Oh, okay.
I was hesitant to come in.
You were hesitant to
Yeah,
come
I'm
in?
like-
Oh, that's nice.
Maybe I'll just
Good,
sun
good for
myself
you,
in the
Randall.
parking
Good
lot.
for you.
Now, I just want to say that if you were to come as a studio audience, you would be able to taste all the stuff
Everything
that we're
we did.
tasting and have the extra enjoyment of watching John Hendricks run around and serve you. But now he gets to take a little bit of a load off. And
Just chilling.
Since we're at a break,
Chilling
let's
with
do
the
the
Negroni.
Knob Creek, because if you watch us on Facebook or listen to It's the Liquor Talking podcast, if you're on the radio, you won't get this. But we're going to actually try the new Knob Creek single barrel that just came out called Superfluous.
Superfluous.
Superfluous,
How'd you get
120.
that name for this one?
Well, because I was taking a trip to Kentucky. This was an unplanned barrel pick. I was
And he
taking a
had-
trip to Kentucky, and I called my good friends down at Jim Beam, and they said, "Hey, I'm coming down. Can you squeeze me in?" And they said, "Sure thing." And so I picked this in the warehouse K, and they said it. So it was something that was not expected. Is something extra,
right.
but something delicious. It's 120 proof, Randall.
Yeah, this is one of the last of the 120 proof bottling
Mm.
because
Well, except
as
for
they
us.
move forward, they'll do stuff
You're gonna do
that's
cast strength.
cast strength, which will be accurate to the actual barrel.
And the weird part about that is we already picked the next barrel of Knob Creek that's going to come, which we can do. We can just do it at cast strength.
Yep.
The weird part is since we taste blind, the best barrel, and it was delicious, was at 119 point something.
Right, where we think that most
Where do you
people
want
would
20?
Most
pick
people are gonna
by
be
the
like-
higher proof.
Right.
just-
There was a 125. There was a 127. In our sample set, but the 120 was the one that tasted the best.
Imagine that.
So, hey, you can't buck this. You can't buck it. If it tastes good, then that's
Well,
it.
You can do whatever you want, especially
Well,
if you're
I
a
know.
competitor. because it's going to just lead you back to our great tasting whiskeys.
That's right.
A lot of people, and we're alluding to the fact that a lot of people taste because they think that I'm always impressed when people say they have a system for beating the house and gambling,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like
Not a
kind of
system.
delusional. I have a lot. You know how I'm going to win the lottery? I'm going to keep playing this sequence of
Right.
numbers or whatever. But a lot of people in whiskey are like, it needs to be this age. If it's the highest proof of the set, that's better. And they've come up with a false sense of rules that will help them make good picks when in fact it's 100% a sensory experience. You have to be present with that whiskey and make a good decision. And that has led us to do some fantastic picks that have been counterintuitive to what people are thinking. So, yeah.
So, I mean, again, this is the exact reason we pick stuff blind.
Right.
Is
This
that-
isn't because you had a super flu.
No, no, superflu. Is that superfluous? Is that what you're getting at? No, it's not. Crazy, man.
That's delicious.
Yeah.
That is really good. I think this one's going to go over really well. We have a bottle open, so if you want to come and try it before you buy it, you're more than welcome to.
I fully recommend that you harass John Hendricks anytime you see him on the floor.
Well, John,
He has
usually-
bottles open, and
Yeah.
so
Fair enough.
make him.
That's what I do.
Or
make
use
him.
some
Well, it's
super-
he'll be here today. He'll
That's
do
what
it
I
today.
do,
We do it usually Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday during the day. We usually have the Frisky Whiskey Wagon out there, and you can try whatever John has. And listen, you can always ask if you're looking at something. If we have it open, you can try it.
Absolutely.
So,
Go talk to him at his widow wagon.
wow.
For adults. I mean, that made it sound.
Yeah, it is. It is an
How
adult.
about
It is an
hunting
adult thing.
rabbits? Is that
You've
what's
been
going on?
hunting rabbits. So that's really good.
Wag.
We're coming back. We're coming back, and I want to get
Widow whiskey.
little whiskey wabbit. I want to get the beer. All right, here we're coming back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here in WCRN AM 830. And we're broadcasting from Julio's Liquors on Route 9 in Westboro. Go to juliosliquors.com to see all the pertinent information. You can follow me on Instagram at Whiskey Journeyman, no E in whiskey, Whiskey Journeyman. I'm not even, should I give you yours out?
Sure.
Have you posted anything?
No, but a lot of people want me to respond to them.
Is that, you get DMs? Is you get people like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know what I
sliding
don't know
into
what
your
it is.
DM.
It says that these people
like all the cool kids?
want me to talk to them or something.
Yeah,
and
do
I'm
they?
Like,
You don't want to talk to them.
You can
What is it though?
You can still post without responding.
John,
yeah,
John has
either
John,
way, it seems like a lot of work.
John has an Instagram, don't you, Johnny? Or Facebook?
Facebook.
Facebook. Go
Facebook.
Frisky Whiskey.
I am on Instagram as Whiskey Frisky, but I haven't posted anything on there. I
Okay.
just-
Mostly you do Facebook, right?
yeah, just because the format that I do is.
John just did a really
it's
great review on
Long
the
form.
Downmore 2006,
6.
excuse me.
The
2000
18-year one. Yeah.
The 18 one. Just did a great post on that one. So
So if you
Looking for
really want to
reviews.
do a deep dive, right?
yeah,
That's like you're right.
I
right?
just,
So
I'm a nerd, so I take notes at home. It's my own.
but it's
tasting,
written.
It is written.
Right.
yes.
yeah, he writes it out.
It's
So I'm going
big,
to warn
long
some people because
format.
that's a lot of people aren't really reading.
It gets a little verbose, which is why
There's no dancing.
Which is why he writes it.
which is exactly. So that's why I don't use Instagram too, because it's not instantaneous.
That's right.
Right. But if you were doing an interpretive dance about each of your whiskeys, I think your viewership would go through the roof.
Yeah, yeah. I should hire
And
somebody.
This
probably
is
a
coming from the
divorce.
guy who
That's
won't
a
even
divorce
post
fan
on his
as well.
Instagram.
Right.
One. He's thinking
Oh
of
yeah,
two
I've got
posts.
recommendations. for
Yeah,
everybody.
recommendations of how you can make it better. Randall to the rescue. Hey, I talked to the guys in the beer department. I said, hey, you got any beer that you want us to? I was really just thirsty. I figured
Yeah.
we'd get a beer out of it. And they said, yeah, could you talk about the 10th anniversary of Alexander? And this is done by Schilling
Oh.
Beer Company in Littleton, New Hampshire. Brewed and packaged. They do everything. It's a Czech style Pilsner at 5% alcohol. This is in a can, as you can, everybody here can see. And if you can see
No,
All right. I have to point out that as soon as I heard the name, I knew that it was going to be a winner for you
why?
because of your, you're a classical Greek studies person, right?
Yeah.
So of course,
Alexander. Yeah.
And
I don't know if it's named after Alexander the Great or anything like that, but it is a.
but it did pique your interest.
It doesn't
though,
have
as soon
it's
as you heard.
Alexandr, not ER. So
Ah.
Alexander.
I
Yeah,
think
well.
speaking of Instagram, I think this might have been the one that Matt from the beer department.
It
just did
could
on
possibly
Instagram.
it could possibly be that
Yeah.
because he's the guy who gave it to me
Well, that's probably
to try.
yeah.
So that's probably it. So
Did he
try
refer
this.
to it as great at any point?
We're actually he did say it was great.
He did.
We're gonna actually be doing some stuff with this brewery, Schilling Beer Company. We're gonna be doing some stuff this year with them, and they're making some great stuff. So he said you should definitely try this one. He knows I'm a big fan of beer flavored beer too,
And Macedonia.
and Macedonia. You're correct.
That's light and crushable. That's an easy drinker. It's
That's
very
nice.
Yeah.
Like the Persians.
It's easy and crushable.
I get that.
As Alexander said about the Persians,
No.
it's easy and crushable. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
I think
I
think
know
And I
nothing
li-
of what I'm talking about. I'm sure it was probably one of the hardest campaigns in the history.
It was, but I
Right.
like it. I do like it.
Yeah.
I do like it.
It's more of a
Listen,
taunt. Right.
it's a taunt. I love taunting people.
Alexander was just
I want to. I
stirring up some.
actually have to
Stuff.
talk since you said that because you did. Obviously, you went right away for the pun. There was a dads who make jokes can raise happier children, study says. And there's this whole study that goes into the British Psychological Society explains that dad jokes, often dismissed as corny and or embarrassing, usually
Of course.
not or embarrassing and or
embarrassing.
because they can be both, can play a meaningful role in a child's development. And
That's
when
right.
fathers tell these deliberately awkward jokes, they teach the children to be comfortable with embarrassment and handle social awkwardness with ease.
I think I have a different take on this.
But I love the fact that it's
Right.
basically so you can handle the dad jokes are
Social
great, so you can handle like
Yeah, I don't
social
think
like
that's
embarrassment.
it. I think that, we're from a generation that the generations before us, the father was like this authoritative figure and whatever.
Right.
And a dad joke kind of humanizes you and lets the kid go like, oh, that is so grown worthy. That is so stupid.
This is the
So
not usually
it's
a laugh.
actually leveled to the fact it humanizes the parent.
Dad, you're so meta.
yeah.
Right. Like it's like, okay, I can
It's
roll my
weird.
eyes without getting,
Yeah.
smacked.
Well, I don't know about that, but yes.
Well, no,
I
if
see
you're,
what you're
going-
saying.
if you're going to go out and tell a joke, you understand that it's a little bit self-deprecating and it's a little foolish, right? But if you said you need to listen to me and your kid rolled their eyes, like back
Yeah.
in the day, you would
It
have
might not have ended so well for
Right.
you. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. So I think, but what I'm taking from this is that you're going to just go full on dad joke.
Well, I
You
sent,
now have
you
the
know I
ammunition.
sent this to
I have
my
a
kid.
scientific study that says I should be doing this.
You know,
as
you
much
know,
as possible.
I sent this to my kids.
I know
I'm-
it's,
I'm
it's
gonna-
you're going to be unsufferable.
I'm gonna steal Ryan's dad joke from Wednesday night. Don't be bitter. Sun will come out tomorrow.
See,
Oh boy.
they all work. They all work, Miranda.
We got tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right here. We're just doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, we did it. So I mean, hey, the kids can listen. There's plenty of stuff that I put up with. It's like so you're gonna deal with my dad jokes.
And it's
Right.
it's
but-
good to laugh at yourself.
it's good.
too.
Listen, I
Right.
try not to
don't
do
know
the stupid ones. I try not to do this. I try not to
why.
do the
What
stupid
are you
ones
into?
like, like the clean plate. Well, I hated it. I did that when they were little kids.
Uh-huh.
He goes, "How's everything?" I go, "I hate it," and I get I get like
Right.
a cleaned plate in front of me.
But that's not a pun. That's just.
So yeah, well, it's a dad joke, but it is a dad joke.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking.
Well, there's puns and there's dad jokes. Both they're adjacent.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. I just got word that our 9-year-old Pinhook is on its way. So that's
9
another one that's
years.
going to be coming out.
So you started
9-year-old.
at 4.
We
That's
started
right.
with 4. We're up to
And he's
9.
raised it for the last 5 years.
And this one is called Home Stretch. And this will be our new 9-year one. This is barrel 2413 or Home Stretch.
Right.
We did backstretch, home stretch, and then we're gonna get up to the winner's
Well,
circle.
There's 2 clues on this that will help you identify it, right? The
What?
age.
Yeah.
And then the name.
Right, exactly.
So they're both progressing as you come around the circle in horse racing. Pinhook has a horse on the front of it. But the age is really what the story is
Yeah.
behind this because you're taking each one until It's run its course.
It's
and
run
you
its
feel
course.
like
It's supposed to run its course on at age 12, but like I said,
if you get
let's
there before then.
but yeah, I mean, if we get to the samples of the 12-year-old or even the 11-year-old, and we don't like it, then we're gonna stop. I mean, so the object is, we're trying to get to 12, but it has to be good to do that. It's just not gonna
No,
not just gonna happen.
if I remember correctly, number 8, which was the one before this one, seems to have been the most popular.
It cranked.
Totally. And so what I remember about this number 9, and I think we had tried it side by side with the
Mhm.
8. They're different, but the flavor profile is very similar.
It's very simple, and that was the whole thing we tried to do with each one, is sort of follow a
Keep it
similar flavor profile to keep
But
it
show
sort of
the aging.
yeah, and show the age, because really what you're trying to do is show the aging differences in a bunch of barrels that will always be different. But if you can keep them inside of the same flavor profile, we thought that would be
which
interesting.
is really interesting. I mean, who else has done that? Like,
No, I mean,
huge linear like that.
well,
where you can-
I mean, they're doing it. Pinhook themselves are doing it in a small batching,
small batch, but it's still not the.
but
yeah,
to allow us to do in just a couple places across the country, to allow everybody else to, there's not many that are still in the program. I will let you
Right.
know.
believe it.
There are not many people that are still in the program. I think it's under a dozen
Yeah.
across the country that are still in the program doing this. So it's going to be interesting. And I just found out that the Fireflies dinner for April is going to be Pinhook.
Nice.
So we should have this in by then. So this
Awesome.
should be part of the dinner also, as well as coming in here. So I'm looking
Dang.
forward to that too.
Yeah.
My new theory is that whiskey like children is delightful up to a certain point. So we're still in the sweet spot, right?
We are definitely.
next couple of years, okay.
From the way this tastes, and I started worrying about how 9 was going to be.
Yeah.
We still seem to be in a very good sweet spot with this.
Yeah.
And because I've had 9-year-old rise that have started to really fall off. This has not really done that. So all right, Randall, take us
Well,
out of
you
here.
don't want them to get to the college years
Oh,
in a whiskey. But it's the liquor talking. It's spring outside. It's delicious inside the store here.
Yeah.
So come on down. There's a bunch of sales and interesting events. Please check the website and kind of see what's going on. And we look forward to see you in person while we're talking to you on the radio. And join us next week as we continue with more It's the Liquor Talking broadcasts.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you. So I'll get him out of here. Take that off. Take Facebook off.